If you're new and applying for a new credit card, you might be overwhelmed with the amount of credit cards that are in the industry and the amount of YouTube videos that are out there telling you which card to get. So to alleviate some of your frustration, I've created this video to kind of go over some of the key considerations that I make before I apply for a new credit card. Hey there, welcome to Venture with Jazzy. On this channel, I talk about credit card hacks and money saving habits. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing. If you're a newbie in this whole credit card journey, you might be having the same thoughts as I did before, which was, I already have a credit card for all my purchases. Why do I need another one? For one reason, having more than one credit card can help you to increase your credit score, because the more credit cards you have in your pocket, the higher your credit limit. So if you need to make a big purchase, you can, instead of paying it with one credit card, you can pay it with multiple. And by splitting this cost, you won't be going over your 30% credit utilization limit. And if you go over that, then that could decrease your credit score. New credit cards can also help you maximize your points based on your personal lifestyle, whether it be getting those welcome bonuses, cashback, or special spending categories. Some credit cards can also help you to get great perks that you wouldn't be able to get or are willing to buy otherwise. That goes for lounge access, TSA pre-check, clear, or even concierge service. Alright, so now we got that out of the way, and now you're wanting to get more new credit cards. Let's skim over some application requirements that you should know about. What a lot of people think before applying for a new credit card is certain application restrictions, such as Chase's 524 rule. If you never heard of Chase's 524 rule, it is basically Chase's policy where after you get 5 new credit cards within 24 months, Chase will decline you of any new credit cards that you may apply for. And by 5, I mean 5 credit cards across all banks, so that includes Bank of America, Amex, and more. This policy has gotten a lot of people thinking to begin their credit card journey by getting all Chase cards first. This is actually what I'm doing, and I recently have gotten my 6th Chase card because one of them I got over 3 years ago, and now I think I won't be needing any new Chase cards, so I'll begin strategizing probably Amex. And as for Amex, they do have their own set of policies. Their policy is called the once per lifetime rule, and basically what it means is this policy restricts each of their cards' welcome bonuses so it can only be earned by one per person per lifetime. This is good to keep in mind just in case you want to wait for them to release their limited time high welcome bonus. After evaluating where you are within Chase's 524 rule or Amex's policies, or if these even matter to you, then you should start thinking about your personal spending habits. It's good to keep in mind what your personal spending habits are, so then you can kind of understand which credit card will be most worthwhile according to your lifestyle. For example, I'm the type of person who prefers to cook, not so much going out to eat or restaurants. But if I were to get a new credit card that is specialized in earning points in restaurants, that card wouldn't be so worthwhile in my lifestyle because I wouldn't be going to restaurants to be using that card. Another good thing to look at in your personal spending habits is if you can foresee what kind of big spendings you will be making, so then you can easily meet that welcome bonus. This is really important to think about because the welcome bonus only really works as free money if you're receiving the bonus in addition to the expenses that you have planned anyway. That may be a no-brainer for some people, but I could easily see it as some people accidentally spending more money just because they want to meet that requirement. You should look carefully at that annual fee and really understand if it will be worthwhile. Annual fees on credit cards have a huge range from Chase's Sapphire Preferred of $95 all the way to Amex's Platinum of $695. There are annual fees that go far beyond this, but in general for the typical human, this is the basic range. Credit card companies have these annual fees in place to kind of offset all the expenses that they're going to be providing for you. If you're not able to take advantage of all the perks that the credit card will offer and it has a huge annual fee, then you might want to reevaluate if this card is worthwhile. I know that Amex's cards offer such cool perks such as lounge access or clear credit, TSA pre-check, and more, but in my lifestyle, I'm not traveling so much to make clear worthwhile. I also don't use Uber often, and Equinox isn't near me. So to get that Amex Platinum with that $695 fee, it may not be worth it for my lifestyle at this moment. Great, so now you have all that basic information in mind, but before you click submit on that credit card application, there is one final consideration that you should be making. You should look at your downgrade options before you click submit for that credit card application. And why? Because everyone's lifestyle changes. And each of these cards, they all are based on our personal lifestyles. I mean, I get the Hyatt card because I want to go to hotels. People get the Amex Platinum because they want to go travel, they utilize Uber, they want to utilize the Equinox and more. So that goes with their personal lifestyle. But if your lifestyle changes, you're going to want to downgrade the card instead of canceling it. Also, another reason why you want to know if there is a downgrade option is because some credit cards, you're able to get that welcome bonus more than once in your lifetime, such as the Sapphire Preferred. But if you still have the Sapphire Preferred in your pocket, then you won't be able to get a new welcome bonus unless you downgrade the card. And of course, you want to downgrade because you don't want to cancel a credit card. Canceling a credit card can lower your credit score. So if you can downgrade, that won't impact your credit score. So for instance, the Chase Sapphire Preferred has the downgrade option to the Unlimited or the Freedom Flex. Capital One's Venture X card has the downgrade option to Venture One. There are plenty of downgrade options for many cards, but there are some cards that do not have a direct downgrade. For instance, my Hyatt credit card, it does not have a direct downgrade. For right now, I do foresee it as being a creeper card, but there could be limitations in the future if things change. If in the future Hyatt happens to close all their hotels, that might be an issue for me. Another thing is that recently, some Hyatt hotels have been upgrading their categories. Some hotels have been going from a 4 to a 5 category hotel. For me as a card holder, this is actually a bad thing because my Hyatt card, it offers me a free hotel every year. But this free hotel can only be within the categories of 1 to 4. I just wanted to leave that note for you all because things do change. And there's another part I wanted to talk about before you consider to apply for a new credit card, and that is to look at the history of the card's welcome bonus. Welcome bonuses come and go. They go from high bonuses to just average. So sometimes you might want to consider on waiting for a potential high bonus so then you can take advantage of those points. For example, my Sapphire Preferred, it typically has a 60,000 welcome bonus. That's average. But if you've heard, the Sapphire Preferred has had a history of giving a 100,000 welcome bonus, and that's what I got. I just wanted to leave that out there just in case you want to wait and consider for a potential higher welcome bonus. Of course, we can't really predict when that will happen, but who knows, maybe in a month, things will change. Okay, now I want to talk about why you should not be getting a new credit card, because there are plenty of reasons why we should, but there are also reasons why we shouldn't. You probably shouldn't be applying for a new credit card if you just applied for one. I suggest waiting between 2 to 6 months between credit card applications because too many hard inquiries is not really good on your credit score. You also probably don't want to apply for a new credit card if you've just been declined 1 or 2 new credit cards. I know that there are cards like the Venture X that just kind of randomly decline people even when they have a good credit score, so maybe that card is a special case. But if you've been declined credit cards more than one time, and then if your credit score isn't so good, I'd suggest that you try to look for different ways to increase your credit score instead of applying for a new one. Another thing to consider if you're planning on getting a loan for a mortgage. If you have this plan in mind, it's best to keep your credit score as best as possible. And if you apply for a new credit card, that could interfere in the process. Alright, so those are all my tips on what you should be thinking before applying for a new credit card. I'm really interested in the comments, what new credit cards are you planning on getting? I actually just got the Chase Marriott card, so I'm not really planning on getting any new ones because I should be waiting. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like, please subscribe, and I'll see you in a new video. Bye bye.